From Washington, Illinois, it is time to decide a regional title. After a 3 to 4 month long season, it all comes down to this. Two teams from Central Illinois clash, but only one can hoist one of those beloved regional championship plaques. It's the Morris faking on Washington here from Torry Gym. Big crowd here on hand, and this should provide one of the best matchups in all of the state here tonight. Good evening, everyone. Jonathan Michael here alongside Ron Dwyer. Ron, this is, like we just said, one of the best matchups you'll see. It's a great Morris team having a fantastic, one of the best seasons they've had in a long time versus a generational season that Washington and the Panthers are having.
Yeah, it's going to be a really interesting matchup with different styles of play. Each team likes to do things a little differently in order to score. Defense will play a big role. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be very exciting to watch. Most
definitely. Both teams, we saw them on Monday win their regional semifinal games. Washington, a 66-47 victory over Metamora. They only led by a little bit for most of that game, but then broke the game open late. They come in at 31-1, the number one team in all of Class 3A this season. That's where they've been just about all season long. Morris just on the outside of the top 10, but not that it matters at this point of the season. They come in 26-5, and they are led by a very, very strong duo of sisters, Landry and Lakin Callahan.
Yeah, they're going to be fun to watch, the sisters, as they play together, and both of them have great size, and that's going to, I think, be a challenge for Washington. Both girls seem to score in bunches for Morris. So, again, this is the big challenge for Washington tonight, how to slow the sisters down.
Most definitely. Morris beat Bloomington 56-33, ran away with that game from the start, jumped out to a 12-0 lead, and it was no looking back from there. And again, both Callahan's 18 points in that one. Morris brings in a lot of size, although Washington's got some good forwards too with Becca McDougall, Danny Gaudet. This matchup could be decided in the paint here tonight. And also very good shooters on both teams. We don't really know what we're going to quite get. That's just the fun of it.
I think it's going to be really fun to watch. My prediction, listening to some of the pregame information, might be that Washington might wear them out by the end with their running style and the way they push the basketball. So my curiosity will be, can Morris hang with them into that third quarter of the second half? And if so, then we're going to have a heck of a ball game. But that's where I think Washington may kind of push out and wear them down. So we'll see.
Most definitely. We'll take a quick break and be right back after this.
An early season showdown live from Atlanta.
It's a race to the finish.
The NASCAR Xfinity Series, Saturday at 4:30 Eastern, 1:30 Pacific.
And a beautiful rendition of the national anthem from the Washington High School Choir. Great direction there. They sounded great all the way from up here in the booth. I even have my headset on. I can still hear them loud and clear. That was a wonderful way to kick this one off here. Ron again. Jonathan Michael here alongside Ron Dwyer in the booth. Glad you're with us here in our WMBD Game of the Week on CI Proud. We've had many of them actually this week. But Ron, we talked about both teams a little bit. Let's look at our keys to the game. You know, for Morris, they got to find a number 3 scorer outside of the Callahans, as well as, like you alluded to earlier, keeping pace with Washington if they get out and run early on.
Yeah, that's going to be really fun to see if that develops for Morris. We had looked at the stats previous games. Perhaps Lily Hansen might step up for more. She had a really nice performance last time out. She's also 6 feet, which doesn't hurt. She's got that size. So we'll see that. I think we'll see that develop early, too. We're going to find out right away if they can find a third option.
Most definitely a potential third option, again, could be Lily Hansen, who had 14 points, 11 boards on Monday. For Washington, their keys are to deny the post. They got to deal with a 6-foot Lily Hansen, a 6'2" Landry Callahan, a 5'10" Lakin Callahan as well. So keeping Morris out of the paint will be big here tonight. They also got to play their own game. They like to get out and score in transition too.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to watch as as the rebounds, maybe some missed shots come off, how fast the pace is right away. Will Washington get out and push? I think they should. Just looking at the rosters tonight and the bench, it looks like Morris is a little bit thin and Washington's a little deeper. So if I was Washington, I would push. We'll see what happens.
And also, too, it might be beneficial if you're Washington to try and be aggressive early on, try and draw them into foul trouble. Because, again, like you mentioned, Washington may be a little bit deeper than Morris here tonight. So, again, still should be a great matchup, though. It should be one of the Panthers' bigger tests of the season. Again, they have really just won almost every game with flying colors. Their lone loss came here on this floor to state-ranked Morton, who's also playing for a regional title tonight, just by 1 point. Morris wins the tip-off, and they'll start with it. It's Lakin Callahan, and she's going to immediately shoot, bouncing around into the hands of McDougall. And there you go. That transition, great pass up to Tibbs, although she's too strong there.
She kind of anticipated the foul there, I think, and that's how she missed the layup. But that was a good example. Washington wasting no time getting the ball out in transition, and here we go again. Oh,
McDougall gonna double dribble there.
Yeah, she fumbled the pass. I think she was thinking what she wanted to do before her body actually did it and fumbled the pass there, and that caused the double dribble.
But again, you see Washington wanted to get out in transition. Kim Barth told me on Monday that was going to be something that they really wanted to do here tonight. As Callahan feeds it into Hansen, and she travels.
Yeah.
Turnovers on both sides.
Tough call. Right idea. She had the right idea there. Split the defense with the pivot. Probably looks like maybe drug her pivot foot, and that caused the travel. Both teams a little bit nervous here.
Yeah, still trying to get a feel here for this one.
There it is. Oh, missed it.
And that one will go back to Morris. So the first minute of action features about 3 or 4 shots on both ends and a couple of turnovers. Still nothing on the scoreboard so far.
Yeah, I just don't think this is a common opponent for Washington or Morris. So this is, like you said, it's time to kind of feel each team out and see what they've got. Here we go on a turnover.
Here's McDougall in transition. She lays it in, and the lid is off the basket. It's the junior forward and the Mid-Illini first team selection last season. Might very well be another one again this year. Here's Lakin Callahan. She's been aggressive early on, and look at the defense from Mazzy O'Brien. Triple team in the post on Landry Callahan. Jump ball favors Washington. That's what you like to see if you're Kim Barth on that sideline.
Yeah, Washington and very aggressive man-to-man right now, and they're doing a great job moving their feet and causing Morris to have to really work to get a basket.
So it's Avery Tibbs to set things up. She had a career-high 30 back on Monday in that win over Metamora. Not many of her teammates were getting it going, but she willed her team out of a bit of a rut and really got them going. Her teammates rallied around her, and then the bucket started to fall. So she is going to be the player to watch for the Panthers tonight. Foul there going on Alyssa Jepson. I just realized we didn't bring the starting 5. How rude of us. Morris is starting 5. Tessa Shannon, number 13, alongside both of the Callahans. Lakin there misses a layup. Lily Hansen and also Alyssa Jepson. Here's Tibbs for 3, rattles in.
That's what she can do. She can shoot it. I was able to watch Avery Tibbs as a freshman in a regional that I was involved with, obviously 3 years ago or 4 or whatever it's been. And I think she put 7 threes in as a freshman. And so you knew her name right away because she stood out.
Yeah, she has been knocking down threes. It seems like as long as she's as soon as she came out of the womb, it
she
seems
could
like
really, she's got that natural shot, very good touch, good rotation on the ball. She's definitely a shooter. Someone taught her well.
And a tough shot, and Landry Callahan gets it to fall. What a look.
A lot of work. Yeah, a lot of work for Landry there, but she got it to go down. That was great effort on her part.
Tibbs
there it is again.
From way out, you got it. Avery Tibbs has got 6 early on. That's already more threes than what she had on Monday. She scored 27 of those 30 inside the arc, but now she's extending it.
You have to guard her all over the floor. Little travel there, little shuffle.
And Morris looking a bit frazzled right now.
Credit again to Washington's defense. They're moving their feet and really playing great team man-to-man defense.
This Morris team finished tied for second in their conference. The Interstate 8 were tied alongside Ottawa. Caneland won the conference this year as Gaudet goes in off the glass, no good.
She had a good look, just didn't finish. Got what she wanted, position-wise.
Yes, most definitely. As Lakin Callahan brings in the board, she has been slightly more active of the two Callahan sisters so far. Landry being guarded by Adrian Donald, who's out there with Mazzy O'Brien, Becca McDougal, Danny Gaudet, and Avery Tibbs. Now they feed it in, and Hansen had it stripped. McDougal came in, and it will stay with Morris.
This is going to be interesting to watch. Morris really having to work hard on the offensive end, and then having to turn around and defend that fast break offense. And
a good look there, turnaround from Hansen.
I just wonder, I just think, we'll see how the batteries go here, but I think they're going to wear down as the game goes on.
And last night, Ron, I know you weren't here, but we saw Manual boys take on Washington, and Washington actually led that game 24-22 at the half. But the second half was much different story in the fact that Manual just got out and ran. They pressured on defense. It was just a track meet. They scored 50 points in the second half and ended up winning it 72-43.
Oh, my.
As McDougal extends Washington's lead, her and Tibbs have combined for all 10 of Washington's points so far. Panthers looking for their 4th straight regional title.
That's an incredible run. A lot of credit to the Washington program.
McDougal comes away with a steal there. As O'Brien, nice block from behind. That was Tessa Shannon, the junior guard, who's one of Morris's team captains. And Morris does not have a single senior on the roster. So both captains are a pair of juniors, Tessa Shannon and Alyssa Jepson.
I was looking at that earlier, too, trying to see if there was an advantage for one team or the other with maybe a heavy senior lineup, but neither of these teams have seniors. So that speaks volumes of, they're going to keep this thing running, and they'll be back next year, both teams. So
most definitely. This could be could be a regional, maybe even a sectional title matchup next year. Washington only loses 2 seniors, both on their bench, Gabby Meischner and Brooklyn Bowman. As another traveling call there on Lakin Callahan. That's at least 3 or 4 traveling calls on the visitors so far as they try to establish that offensive rhythm.
That defense is just really doing a great job right now for the Panthers.
10-4 their lead. Mazzy O'Brien in a bit of trouble, finds Tibbs. Morris switches as Jepson's on her. They go back to Tibbs.
She's trying to get a shot, it looks like. But
now that since she drained those 2 deep threes, Morris now has to step out and guard those because she's starting to feel it already from there. Oh, what a move. Little
nice move.
Kind of shot pass fake there. Got an open look. Could not get it to fall. Jepson hands it over to Shannon. Stands at 5'9". Landry Callahan driving in. Foul called there on Lily Hansen, and right back there again, Becca McDougal's been having a fantastic game on defense. She's just been everywhere so far.
Yeah, that's what's standing out for me right now in this ball game is Washington's defense. That's really what's driving this game right now.
Morris hasn't been able to end many possessions with shots. That's really such a big key as we're going to get another foul, that one on Shannon. And Morris's 4th of the first quarter. So the Panthers will shoot the rest of the final 2:31 here in this opening frame. Again, glad you're with us here on CIProud.com, part of Clutch Sports Media's WMBD Game of the Week I'm Jonathan Michael. He's Ron Dwyer, alongside the rest of our CSM crew, Nicholas Giuseppe and Mark Wagner. Danny Gaday's three, no good, but look who's there. McDougal's second chance.
Great hustle.
Feed to O'Brien, it's good.
Yeah, that was great job by McDougal hustling for that rebound, and then what a great pass for the easy layup. Nice work by the team there.
Three there, Cammie Pfeiffer passed up on it. She knocked one down. Back on Monday against Bloomington. And another pass that hits the deck. It goes out on Morris. Back to Washington. They had a chance to make this a double-digit lead here in the first quarter. And for this Morris team, playing on the road, this is you expect to play a neutral site game in the playoffs, but this is a true road game for them, which they've had to travel over an hour to get here.
That's a tough duty for Morris. It's definitely a great gym. For Washington to host in. It's one of those classic gyms. They've got a nice crowd here, so it's definitely a home game for the Panthers.
And Gaday picked up her foot there. That's a travel. It's a gym that is going to be one of the last times, aside from potentially if we come back here for boys sectionals in about a week and a half, one of the last times that you'll see this current floor pattern. They're actually ripping up the floor. There was some decaying corkboard they found underneath the surface last summer. They're going to be putting an entirely new floor, entirely new lower level bleachers, new paint, new LED lighting. They're getting an HVAC system. There's no AC in here during the summertime. So that's going to be, I know the volleyball players, the basketball players are going to be really excited for that. And a lot of exciting things happening here at Washington. This is a gym that gets a lot of visibility, especially with the TOC every year.
Yeah, good for them. That's going to really improve this facility for the things they host. I can't wait to see it.
It's going to be lots of fun for sure. I'll be debuted for
it's a lot of work.
Volleyball season.
It probably takes them a full year to do all that, don't you think?
Well, I was talking with their athletic director, Joe Allstat, and he said that they're pretty much as soon as basketball season's done, they're going to get to work right away, and they're going to try to have it done by the time the summer is over.
Oh, so, wow.
Maybe a quick timeline and a quick jump shot there from Alyssa Jepson. And Washington now doubling up Morris, 12-6. Perhaps that starts something for the visitors. Jenna Spezio's three is off the mark. One of the first girls off the bench here for Kim Barth's squad. Now with under a minute to play, Morris can get this down to a 4-point game. Landry Callahan's been facing double teams all night. Lakin, though, goes up and gets fouled. Good aggressiveness there. Just to see the ball, get ball, go up with ball.
Right. A lot of helping hands in there, getting rebounds and missed shots and deflections. Morris isn't going anywhere. They're working hard right now.
And Washington, again, this didn't make our two keys to the game that was on that graphic, but another key for them, I think, was going to be rebounding, especially with Morris's size. Another travel. That's either the second or third on Lakin Callahan tonight. So
kind of lost her step there and stumbled a little bit. That was too bad.
And, according to Washington, I think they forced some of these travels. They kind of close out and Morris kind of loses their balance.
Yep. Not a lot of breathing room on the defensive side because Washington's right on them. And they're doing it in such a way they're not reaching in or reaching over, so they're not fouling. They're just very tight on the defense, which is, I'm sure Coach is super happy about. They're doing it right.
Yep, Panthers trying to hold for the last shot. Talk about Morris playing a true road game. They're 9-4 in true road games this season. Again, 26-5 total on the year. Gaday off the attachment. Rebound brought in by Morris. They'll have a chance to hoist one up at the buzzer. It's Lakin Callahan. Ooh. Off the backboard.
Pretty
it
close.
Looks good.
Yeah, pretty close.
From up top here in the booth. First quarter is in the books. Washington 8 minutes closer to a regional title, but still lots more to play for here from Torry Gym. We'll step aside and be right back after these messages. You're watching Clutch Sports Media.
Hi, I'm Jim Arnold with Wayne Dalton Sales and Service. Improve the curb appeal of your biggest investment, your home, with a new Wayne Dalton garage door. Or for repairs on your existing door, call us for service even on Saturdays. Wayne Dalton Sales and Service. It's in the name because it's what we do.
WMBD is celebrating Black History Month by bringing you stories that inspire from right here at home. Honoring Black History launches Friday at 7 on CIProud.com. Sponsored by Central Management Services.
Welcome back back in here to Washington. First quarter in the books, and also wanted to let you know you can dive deeper into the stories you care about on CSM Overtime. Get feature stories, breaking news, and nightly roundups of area scores. Visit clutchsportsil.com/overtime, or you can scan the QR code there on your screen and take your fandom to the next level. We're putting plenty of content out, especially feels like we've been writing about Washington quite a bit on CSM Overtime. Wrote about their wrestlers down at State here this morning. I also wrote about their girls basketball team already twice this week, including a feature on their seniors, Gabby Meissner, Brooklyn Bowman, and lots more playoff coverage there on CSM Overtime. Morris starts the second quarter with the ball, and a charge drawn there by the Panthers. That was Mazzy O'Brien.
Just a rough foul there. I don't understand. They did a switch on the defensive side of things there, and the young girl dribbling the ball there just had her head down and didn't catch that someone else had stepped in and took the charge. So that was just an unfortunate foul.
G'day, trying to feed the post. McDougal, first try, no good. Second try, no good. And on the miss, it bounces out, goes back to Morris. So they're still in this game despite going down 8 early on.
And that showed right there the size of Morris. They're deflecting that, what looked like an easy layup wasn't allowed, and then the rebound.
And look who comes away with another turnover. It's Becca McDougal in transition up to Tibbs, and there's that key to the game in action.
Yes, I believe they have to do that to open this thing up. Otherwise, it's going to be close. They're not shooting. I don't believe Washington's shooting as well as they'd like to from the outside right now. But that fast break, there's no way to really stop that the way they ran that. So
yeah, Morris,
more of that.
I was going to say Morris has been playing some good defense, especially in the half-court sets. They held Washington on a number there for a few minutes. Now they're trying to respond.
Good
offensive
rebound.
board there. Landry Callahan puts it up and in. That is,
nice rebound.
Again, the all-time leading scorer for Morris. Broke the record back in this gym on Monday. Deflects off of Pfeiffer and out of bounds. Callahan's got a slew of Division I offers, including Pepperdine, Cleveland State, Siena, Pennsylvania University, more commonly known as Penn, Ivy League school, so she's clearly pretty smart, SIUE, as well as St. Bonaventure. Schools from all over. Got East Coast, you got West Coast,
That's
Midwest.
A lot of fun. I bet her parents are enjoying that along with the coaches. That's really exciting.
Here's Kimmy Pfeiffer, mid-range shot,
it.
No good. Look at
There's
the board there from
There's
Landry Callahan, and one, using the size to her advantage.
Big move there.
And Morris can make it a one-possession game.
Really used her body and her strength there.
Yeah, almost kind of just bent over backwards to get the position.
Yep.
Nice job not to draw the foul, and Washington can't afford to let her get hot. Offensive board goes back to Lakin Callahan. Driving in.
Wasn't ready for it.
Good job there by Tibbs to stand her ground. Now, nice feed. Oh, what a block from behind. Tessa Shannon. Morris's size continuing to prove a factor in this one.
It's definitely showing itself. I think Washington needs to continue to do that. They'll keep pushing. They'll get their points. They can't stop what they do. They got to play their game.
And Morris forces a turnover, so chance to further cut into this lead. They trailed 12-4. They're on a 6-2 run at the moment, and we get a foul away from the ball.
That was Landry Callahan again trying to post up. And it looks like is it 10 for Washington?
Yeah,
she's coming out of the game now.
That's Adrian Donald, who has very quietly picked up 3 fouls in this one. That's a key piece for this Panthers team. She's not one of the biggest scorers, but gives big minutes. As Lakin's Callahan's 3 looks good. Now here comes O'Brien. She's looking to run 1-on-2. She doesn't care, driving in. She gets fouled, and she is down.
That's an unfortunate play there. I don't like that, actually. The Morris girl ran in front of her, then flopped, and so it really threw her off. I mean, she didn't know what to expect. Body contact and lost her balance and went down hard.
Yeah, she was facing on the floor for a while. Now she's back up on her feet, which is a good sign.
I don't like the look of that. I just don't like the way that went down. I know the Morris girl didn't mean anything by it, but it's just kind of a tough
play
tough
there.
thing. It's almost like getting undercut when you're going for a layup, you know?
Certainly, but good news for O'Brien. She looks to be okay. Morris head coach Michael Lutz make sure she's okay.
Good.
Class act from him.
That's very nice.
Danny Gaudet will check in for O'Brien, who is one of the X factors for this Washington team. You know, Tibbs and company bring it every night. If O'Brien gets going, that brings a whole nother dimension to this Washington team that just, they got 4 or 5 players that can put it up double digits any given night, almost every given night it appears.
Right now, yeah, I'm kind of a little surprised they're not shooting very well in their own gym. Hopefully that'll change for the Panthers, but right now they're a little cold shooting the basketball.
Morris has had some opportunities to get back into this one. Here's Lakin Callahan. Now over Jepson, back to Callahan.
Looking for her sister there.
And gets her. They've been doing a nice job double teaming there on the low block. And we're going to get a foul either on Gaudet or Redling Schaefer. It will be on the former. So that will put Lakin Callahan to the line. And she knocks it down. Rather, no, that's Landry Callahan, pardon me, at the line. Hard to believe that Lakin Callahan, we've been calling her name a bit, has not scored yet, but has been very active on offense. And now Landry up to 8 points.
Yeah, there's their offense. You can see it, 8 of the 12. And we talked about that before the game started, and I think we kind of hit that one right on the nail.
Redling Schaefer went up there on Pfeiffer. She'll get rewarded with 2, but back to Landry Callahan. You know, she can really, really light things up just in the same manner that Avery Tibbs can. She's scored 30-plus on multiple occasions, scored, I believe, 35, I think, in the game against Sycamore not too long ago. So, you know, maybe we talked about Morris, that key, having that third scorer. Maybe if Landry Callahan can just have a really, really big game, maybe they can afford not having a third scorer. They can just go with her and someone else.
Their defense right now has kept, and I'm talking about Morris here, their defense has kept them in the ball game, and so they don't need a lot of points right now to stay in the ball game. So at 15-12, they're right in it with the ball.
5:05 to go here in the second. Been a good one so far. Redling Schaefer with the free throw for Washington. She might get some minutes. O'Brien is back in the game for the Panthers. Good to see. And Redling Schaefer is going to draw the foul. She ended up on the floor there. That is going to be the 4th foul on the Panthers here in this second quarter.
Coach Barth not happy about the call. Just trying to get a clarification on it. But again, it's the size of Morris inside that Panthers are having trouble with it.
Here's Jepson giving it over to Lakin Callahan. Again, Washington has led the entirety of this one so far. And their defense has kept them in the lead just as much as Morris's defense has kept them in it. Another travel there on Morris.
She's got going too quick. I mean, I think she kind of had an idea, but her feet got going too quick. Didn't catch up with the idea that was in her head. Her feet moved too quick, so travel.
And it's hard to do it, you know, not to get it too ahead of yourself in these regional title games. You know, Washington's played in these ones before. Morris has not played in a regional title game before, but there's still that kind of that nervousness as we see great footwork there from Gaudet. And gets her own miss and converts through the foul.
That was good hustle there. She fouled her own shot, got her own rebound, and never gave up on it. Good job by Gaudet.
That's her first bucket. It'll break the seal for her, and now she'll have a chance for one more.
That was a great point you just made about, you know, Morris hasn't really been in these situations. This is a really good team they have, but it's kind of like it's been a while, right? So Washington, you mentioned before, they're going for their 4th in a row. A lot of experience. So, you know, as this game goes on, that also says if it's close, I give the edge to Washington just because of their experience. So we'll see. Again, so much fun to be here live to watch these two teams go at it, because right now it's a great ball game.
Yeah, this has been awesome so far. Morris, going back to their experience level, you know, they've played in some regional title games since this time, but the last time they won a regional title was back in 2001. They've won 13 regional titles as a program, but are on a 23-year drought right
Wow,
now, so this
wow.
would be a historic win.
big leap for them. Good job by coach there and the girls to get them into this position. And like we said earlier, with no seniors on their roster, they're liable to be back next year somewhere, somewhere in a regional or a sectional or somewhere.
100%. Michael Lutz is doing this in his first season at Bloomington, or at Morris, I should
Good
say
job,
as
Coach
well.
Lutz, yeah.
Morris beat
Ooh.
Bloomington back on Monday. As Lakin Callahan steps into a jumper and sinks it. There's her first points after she had 18 back on Monday.
The way she made that, you can tell she's done that before. A little stop, little mid-range jumper. That was a nice basket.
She was an all-conference honorable mention last season. Tibbs's layup was no good. Second try is no good. Off of a Morris player. I thought from up here it might have gone off of G'day, but what do we know? We're way up here in the stratosphere. Bird's eye view.
This is a really neat spot to be at. The rafters are above my head, but only by an inch. So we're up here.
That one will stay with the Panthers.
Yeah, I just love, this is high school sports. You got to love the coaching styles, of the two coaches, the way they get their kids prepared, watching the different strategies unfold. It's just a beautiful thing, high school sports. Great stuff.
And really the best time is the playoffs, too.
Yeah.
You get to see the best teams playing their best ball. You've had 30 games or so to kind of warm up and get all the kinks out. And so these are two teams at their best here tonight. As we're going to foul against Morris. That's their fourth of the second, and it goes on Landry Callahan.
Yeah, I'd say no intimidation right now by the Morris team. They, coming in here, playing a 31-1 team in their home court, you would think they might be a little intimidated, but they're fighting and they're right in the ball game, and they're not giving up.
McDougal had a good look and couldn't convert, and a foul that Washington's going to want back there because that puts them in
foul,
the bonus. I don't think the referees realize it. Now they do.
There we go. Yeah, that's a silly one, right? You didn't get the rebound, and so instead of hustling back on defense, you kind of hang in there out of frustration and you pick up a foul. That was, like I said, silly because now we're at the line shooting where Morris can score. I'm sure coach isn't happy with that foul.
And this is not the girl you want at the line if you're Washington, because Lakin Callahan went 10 for 10 from the free throw line on Monday. Both her and her sister combined were 15 for 16.
Wow.
Knocks it down there.
As you say that, what a perfect release, nothing but net on the free throw.
Yeah, you can just, some free throw shooters, you can just tell that it's going in right as it comes off the hand. That one looked a bit strong.
Yeah.
And it remains a 2-point lead. Washington trying to expound upon it here. Spezio in the corner. Now back up to Tibbs up top. Redling Schaefer cutting along the baseline. Nice cut there by Spezio and a great feed from Danny G'day.
That was a nice, again, first time in a while, a nice set play by the Panthers. I haven't seen a lot of that yet. Some of their offense has been a little frustrating, forced a little bit, but that was a great set play, and they got the bucket. Nice job, Panthers.
Danny G'day says, who says forwards can't pass? Beautiful look there to her guard as we get a timeout called by Michael Lutz and company with 2:31 to go. It's not Washington 19, Morris 15 here inside Torry Gym, and we'll take a quick break. Again, to let you know about CSM Overtime, your sports, your teams, and your stories, all in one place. It's CSM Overtime. Visit clutchsportsil.com/overtime to subscribe. And also, some of you may know if you tuned in on Monday, but if tonight's game does go into overtime, you get your first month of CSM Overtime for $1. We'll give you the code for that later if this one goes to overtime, which still in the cards here. It's been a close one all so far, but we got to give credit Washington. Despite some things not going their way, maybe they're not playing at the level they wanted to so far. They've been in the lead still the entire time.
I think, again, a tough assignment for the Panthers because, I'm sure they expect to win this game without a doubt. And so sometimes if you don't bring your best game and you catch an opponent who's hungry, that can be dangerous. And,
Here comes Washington transition. Beautiful outlet up to Tibbs. Slows down. Spezio keeps it in bounds. Tibbs, beautiful feed over to G'day. Nice little shuffle pass.
That's that teamwork and experience we talked about. They used each other as teammates and found the open shot. And when they had a little, block shot, they found the open shot. So great job there. And that opens the lead now to 6.
That'll make Washington feel a bit more comfortable. Lakin Callahan from way out almost got the shooter's roll too.
I don't know if I've seen that in a while. That ball was completely down and rattling around, but under the rim and then popped back up and out. So.
Oh, that's a tough one to swallow if you're Morris, but a good-looking shot from Callahan. She can knock those down.
That would have really been good for the Redskins there, Morris. It would have been good.
As Hansen will check back in for Morris. Again, she had a double-double back on Monday, but she can't handle the pass there. Spezio comes with it. Now back up top to McDougal. Tibbs is Ben Washington's leading scorer with 8. She has it here, driving in with her left hand and lays it in. What a quick first step. Snap of the fingers and she's already at the rack.
She's really dangerous. You just can't, boy, if you underestimate her at all, you're going to get burnt. Yeah.
Tibbs, arguably one of the best players in all of the Peoria area. Another jump ball. We'll give it back to Morris. And now some of the Panthers
fans.
Got
to be careful here, yeah.
Starting to feel it a little bit.
Starting to get away a little bit from Morris. You got to be real careful. Washington, I think you said it earlier, Jonathan, that they can blow things open quickly.
They most definitely can. Back on Monday, again, they led Metamora by just 1 point in the third quarter and then ran away with it. Redling Schaefer's jumper's no good. G'day with the OR. Feeds over wide open Tibbs. Here we go.
Yeah, don't leave her open. Wow. Wow.
That's 13 for Tibbs. She's on pace. Maybe she'll set even another career high tonight.
That was, she's out there wide open off the rebound. They found her. And she loves that shot.
That's just a defensive lapse there from Morris. Offensive board for Tessa Shannon. She gets the layup to go. But you just cannot leave Tibbs. You got to keep someone just right in her grill all night long if you are Morris. G'day, cross court, finds open McDougal. Tibbs, how is she open again?
Yeah, they keep leaving her open. That's not a good idea.
And Danny G'day there fighting for the board. She's done some nice work in the paint. Morris's size has been a factor in some different parts, but it has not been completely dominating for them, which, again, I chalked it up as a small win for Washington.
Well, already I've noticed quickly in this second quarter here towards the end of it, Washington's offense is high octane. They can put up points quickly, whereas Morris, more methodical, having trouble a little bit sometimes scoring in bunches, so they can't afford to let this get out of hand because, they just won't be able to get back in it if it gets out of hand. And Washington really starting to extend the lead again now, back to 11.
Back up to double figures. Would be important for Morris to just get this back to single digits. Again, still would be a manageable deficit.
Yes.
Lakin Callahan nearly carried it there. And Morris stifling defense. Tibbs comes away with it. She's looking to push. 4-on-2 over to McDougal. G'day, surrounded. 2 on the clock. 1, she's got to shoot.
Not going to go.
And no good, and she's not going to draw the foul there. So it's an 11-point lead for the Panthers. A strong final few minutes headed into the locker room. So that's the beauty if you're Washington. You can sometimes afford, not always going to be the case in every game, but you can sometimes afford not have some of your best basketball because you can have a 4-minute stretch where you just jump out in front like
That's what they did there. Those last 4 minutes, they just really dominated. And now they have this nice, comfortable lead.
And they also kept Landry Callahan off of the scoreboard for the last few minutes, too. That was a big key. She's got 8 for Morris. The visitors, again, trying to win their first regional in 24 years. Avery Tibbs, though, has got 13 as the Panthers try and four-peat here on their home floor. It's been an awesome first half of action. Glad you're with us again here on CIProud.com. Alongside our special guest, Ron Dwyer, who's been so fun to have in the booth all season long. I'm Jonathan Michael. Mark Wagner and Nicholas Yusefi also with us here tonight. We'll step aside for a brief break from Torry Gymnasium. Come right back with some analysis, break down the first half, preview the second half, and also take a look at some of the other regional titles going on here around Central Illinois. We'll be right back after these messages.
Sam Lehman of Morton, the #1 Ram truck dealer in Illinois and the largest Ram dealer in the Midwest. It's our annual President's Day sales event. This month, take 20% off all remaining 2024 Jeep Wranglers or save over $16,000 on a 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn when financing through Stellantis. Plus, enjoy a new Jeep Grand Cherokee for only $35,000. Don't miss the President's Day sales event at Sam Lehman & Morton, where we do the deals no one else will.
Peoria Academy is offering exciting camp experiences this summer for children ages 5 to 14. Our general camp includes weekly swimming and field trips. 2-week specialized camps focus on athletics, fine arts, and STEAM, featuring basketball, golf, lacrosse, volleyball, culinary arts, and theater, and so much more. Come explore with us at the camps of Peoria Academy. Register at peoriaacademy.org.
That mountain of boxes won't pack itself, but Peoria Production Solutions will. Let us handle your packaging and assembly. Our highly trained team uses computerized inventory control and specialized equipment to ensure your customers receive their items on time. Let us help you grow and scale your business. Give us a call or visit peoriapros.com for a quote today.
Trade up to a better future. Trade up to a job you enjoy. Trade up to trade school. At Midwest Technical Institute, you get the skills you need to start a career that moves you up in life towards your goals, your passions, and your dreams. Choose from programs including welding, HVAC, medical and dental assisting, medical coding, and more. Earn the experience, knowledge, and confidence to change your life. Trade school is just the beginning. Start your journey today at midwesttech.edu.
Welcome back inside Torry Gymnasium. Halftime coverage here between the Class 3A regional title game here between Morris and Washington. As we alluded to earlier, this is not the only regional title game going on tonight. Plenty more here in action. And there are some other regional titles going on here tonight. Also in Class 3A, Dunlap and Galesburg faced off, and Galesburg won that one 45-37. So Galesburg will be moving on later on in this sectional, the Ottawa sectional, which is where the winner of this game will go. Also another game in that one tonight, Morton and Lincoln facing off at Peoria High. Have not found a score for that one yet, but I'm sure we will by the end of this one. So Morton, again, the only team to beat Washington this season, and Lincoln still is, even without Chloe Froby this season, still a very hungry team and a pretty good team as well.
Yeah, I bet.
So, and then also Kankakee facing Ottawa at the Kankakee regional title game. So the winner of that game will also be part of that Ottawa sectional. Ottawa beat Morris twice this season, and Washington also played Ottawa this season as well. Let's take a look at the common opponents. There's 3 of them between these teams this season. Both these teams played Metamora. Morris beat them 62-60. Washington beat them 3 times, most recently on Monday. And they also both played Bloomington. Morris obviously beat them on Monday. Washington beat them earlier in the year, 57-35. Now here's the big difference. Against Ottawa, Morris lost to them twice, most recently 55-48. Washington beat Ottawa 54-17.
Oh my!
Earlier this season. So
wow.
That is definitely tilts the scales in favor of Washington. Looking here tonight, but again, just because they beat them by 37 doesn't mean that Morris is going to lose by that deficit tonight. They put up a good first half here. What do you think they need to do in the second half, Ron, to try and get back into this one?
Keep going back to the sisters. They, they're scoring. Especially, what is it? Is it Landry doing a lot of it? That's their bread and butter. They're going to have to do that to get back into the game. I'm just going to, from the get-go, and I think we really spelled this out. We did a great job, you especially, Jonathan, with mapping this game out. It's kind of played out the way you said it would. The bigs have been at times strong for Morris, and that's what got them back in the game. And then, of course, Washington's fast-paced, high-octane offense is what stretched this lead in those last 3 minutes. So for Morris to get back in this, they're going to have to slow things down and work their offense and then play the kind of defense they did in that first quarter. On the Washington side of things, I just think if they continue to push the basketball, wearing down a very depleted Morris bench. Morris could be in a little bit of foul trouble that they got to be careful of, because if they lose one of those key starters, I think it looks like they fall off pretty quick. So they don't have the depth, and so Washington should continue to push the ball, force that tempo, create some fouls possibly. That's just going to hurt Morris, and that'll be the key for Washington. This third quarter is going to be just huge. It's everything. Washington can blow this thing and blow the doors all the way off it here in the third quarter, or Morris could play like they did in the first quarter, have a better controlled tempo and play good defense, and then we might have something in the fourth quarter. We'll see. The third quarter is going to be huge.
Most definitely. I couldn't have said it any better myself. You hit the nail right on the head there, Ron. You were talking about the foul trouble. Landry Callahan's just got 2. Alyssa Jepson's got 2. So no one in that big of foul trouble for Morris. For Washington, Adrian Donald with 3 fouls. She hasn't scored yet tonight. And also it looks like Becca McDougal, trying to look at the scoreboard, she's got 2 fouls for Washington. So something to keep an eye on tonight. Ainsley Redling-Schaefer also with 2 fouls. But again, you saw there on your screen, Avery Tibbs and Landry Callahan are 2 players to watch. They've been meeting the moment tonight. Big players step up in big-time games, and Tibbs has got 13. Callahan has got 8. For Morris, both teams out of the locker room and getting their shots up here. About 2 minutes and change before the third quarter starts. Again, so glad you're with us here and spending your Thursday night with us at Clutch Sports Media. We will step aside one more time and come back for the second half. Like Ron said, could all be decided here in the next 8 minutes. We'll be right back after this on CIProud.com.
The Bob Grimm way starts with us.
The Bob Grimm experience, what I like is that, you put customers first, make sure we meet every expectation and make a long-lasting relationship with them so that, they know that we're here for them and for their friends and family.
Don't try to put someone in a car that is not going to work for them. If you don't have what they want, try to get it, the proper vehicle. Again, just treat people the way you'd want to be treated and a fair deal.
That's the Bob Grimm way.
Need an injury lawyer? Get a fighter. Get a street lawyer like Todd Strong. He's not afraid to get his hands dirty. He'll fight for your rights. Get Todd Strong. He fights like a street lawyer.
My name is Todd Strong, and I've been representing injury victims for over 25 years. I have a team of lawyers that also assist me in the handling of our cases that have aggressive passion to represent injury victims and get the best outcome possible.
Back here inside Torry Gymnasium here for the second half between Morris and Washington. And as we talked about earlier, a lot of other regional finals going on. Those are the ones here contained within the Ottawa sectional, but also outside of Class 3A. Some other good games going on. Normal Community already a winner. They win big over Rock Island, 64-30. They're moving on in Class 4A. Also in Class 2A, Ron, your P&D Irish, huge winners over a very good Canton team, 61-24, as a major statement win for P&D. And I was going to talk to you. We've seen from Washington what they like to get and do. They like to play hard defense, like to get and run. Looks very reminiscent of that P&D state title team last year.
Yeah, same style. Yep, absolutely. Play that great defense, use that to create turnovers, use that to transition offense. And it's very hard to stop, especially with Washington's athletes and shooters they have. If they get out and run, they're going to be tough to stop. So
that might be the recipe that Washington saw last year. Says, boy, if we can defend and run at the same level P&D likes to do.
They always say defense is an attitude, and if you have the right attitude, you can get it done. So
that is most definitely true. Second chance for Morris, third chance now.
It's the size we talked about right there.
Yeah, Callahan again at 6'2", just reaching up there. Just that standing reach exceeds all of that of the Panthers here, and she'll get rewarded. So that's on Donald. That's her fourth. She's probably going to have to sit the rest of this third quarter as Redling-Schaefer checks back in.
Here's where we'll see, Washington's depth is going to be tested here a little bit because they're going to have to rely on others to help slow the Callahan girl down.
And Callahan goes 2 for 2. She's in double figures. Washington can get some good bench minutes, especially out of Redling-Schaefer. She's a player that doesn't quite garner all of the maybe attention or respect, but she is feisty on defense. She gives good minutes, knocked down some big shots back on Monday, finished with 6 points. And she's also overcame an injury that she suffered a couple months ago. So they can plug her in, and same goes for Jenna Spezio if the Panthers need it.
This is always curious for me to watch, too, is the adjustments that the officials make at halftime. They obviously go in, they talk about the first half, and that was a pretty quick foul they called there. So first half, a lot of physicality. Now all of a sudden, maybe we're going to call it a little tighter. We'll see.
Step in three, and the bank shot nearly good. Another offensive board for Landry Callahan. That's a great recipe for Morris. You draw the fouls, you send a good free throw shooter to the line, and you start creeping back in here.
We said at halftime, if they just play their defense like they did in that first quarter and use their size, that's how they get back in the game, and that's slowly now starting to happen. I mean, they're still down by 8, but a free throw here, and all of a sudden, it's just 7.
And Callahan's been having a big one. She has got 12.
She is a handful. Great player to watch. Glad to get to see her.
Most definitely one of the top juniors in the entire
Nice
state.
move.
McDougal trying to create some space. Pushes off Callahan without fouling. Nice job there. Now she gets an open 3-ball right in front of her own bench. They're electrified by that one, and it's back up to a 10-point lead.
She looked like that was where she shoots her warm-up shots from, because that was smooth as butter.
Here we
nice
go,
defense.
Another takeaway. O'Brien goes up with it. Better defense there from Lakin. G'day left wide open. Gets a girl in the air. Kicks it back out. Another 3, McDougal. Just a bit too long. Michael Lutz trying to clap up his team and get them fired up. And this third quarter is so crucial. This is where Washington ran away on Monday. Landry Callahan stepping back from deep off the mark. Off of Morris, goes back to the hosts. Another key that Kim Barth talked to me about after Monday's game was missed the layups for them. They missed a couple more than they wanted to on Monday. They've missed a couple here tonight, but again, it's going to be tough to do against Morris's size.
Yeah, I was going to say a lot of those have been very well defended, and when you look up to throw that layup in, you got hands in your face. It's tough.
And McDougal did a nice job of just keeping that ball alive as she crashed to the hardwood. A foul is going to go on Lakin Callahan. That's number 3 for her.
Got to be careful. You can't lose her for Morris.
And they can't lose her, and that's her 4th.
Oh, no.
As she dove there on the court.
No. Oh, my.
Referees are calling this one a little bit tighter here in this second half, and all of a sudden that's 4 on her. That's a tough one.
Well, that was very tough. That was just a loose ball. Obviously not intentionally trying to foul there, and just picked it up.
Now, how long
Coach
is
Lutz is not happy about it.
How long is she going to sit now?
They can't afford to lose her at all.
Her and Donald with 4, although Landry, though, is still on the floor, and she's done most of the work for Morris tonight. 12 of their 21 points. She hands off now to Jepson. Back over Callahan in the corner. Washington bringing a bit of a 3-2 look on defense, trying to take away the 3-ball for Morris, but Callahan's still going to shoot it. Rims out. McDougal, hard fight for the boards. Still on the deck. Who's got it? Possession arrow.
That was a rough exchange there. A lot of girls hitting the deck.
And we have seen some tough collisions. Almost surprised no one's been cut or bruised or bloodied up yet. O'Brien took that tough fall back in the first half.
That's
and
not if you pointed out, we're losing some cork under that floor, so that's not a soft fall when you hit that ground. You're hitting hard.
Here's G'day as Washington slows it down a bit. 5 minutes to go here in the third. They can afford to be patient on offense now. Just don't turn the ball over and end possessions with shots.
They should be looking for good baskets here.
Cross court over to O'Brien. Shot fakes. Now goes over to Redling
That
Schaefer.
was smart. Don't need to force anything here. Got to look for the good shot. Be patient. No reason to push. The clock is their friend right now.
It definitely is. They've held the ball for about over 40 seconds on this possession. Redling Schaefer and McDougal go back and forth.
Good ball movement here.
Just a clinic here from the Panthers.
Oh, there she's
and
got
Tibbs,
it.
baseline layup is good.
As soon as she had that baseline, I knew she saw that opening, and she just took it.
That little head fake can be so lethal. Go one way and then drive.
She is so unassuming. I mean, if you walked into the gym, you wouldn't pick her out right away and say, watch out for her. But, boy, she's just going to burn you every time.
Double team on Callahan. It's successful. It will stay with Morris. Again, about 80% of their offensive production comes from both Callahan's and Lily Hansen. Tonight, those players have combined for 17 of their 21. Quick math, that's right around 80% or so. Foul on McDougal, it appears, and she's now got 3, if that's the case.
Yeah.
I know, let's go on O'Brien. That's her first.
Okay. I thought it was on McDougal as well.
McDougal, one of those players for Washington. That's going to be a turnover. Tibbs takes it away.
What a steal.
More points in transition for Washington, and every time they're in transition, it seems like Avery Tibbs is either on the passing or receiving end.
She is a ball player. She can really play ball. She's like a gym rat. She's everywhere. She knows how the game is played. There's another steal.
And look at that, just taking it away from Morris. Feed up to O'Brien. Her layup swatted from behind by Shannon. She let out some frustration on that one.
Yes, it was. And again, great job. Great steal. I love when Washington pushes the ball, that's when they're at their best.
Timeout called by Morris. They're sensing a momentum shift.
You just can't fall asleep on their defense because they're going to strip you just like they did there, and it leads right immediately to transition basketball, which is their strength.
While we get a chance to catch our breath, haven't had much of a chance to do that tonight. And again, quick word for CSM Overtime. Dive deeper in the stories that you care about. Your teams, your stories, plenty of news, feature stories, nightly roundups, power rankings. Be the first to know about, well, the AP polls are now done for the season for both boys and girls basketball, but I also had those as well. I got spring sports coverage coming up. All sorts of stuff, multiple stories every day on CSM Overtime. All high school sports here in Central Illinois, Peoria and Bloomington Normal. As O'Brien inbounds it here to McDougal. I expect probably another long offensive possession here for Washington.
They absolutely should. They should look for their best shot like they did before.
O'Brien now trying to dribble in, and that's going to be...
I've seen that go either way, and he got that time it was a blocking foul.
And Alyssa Jepson is just shocked, mouth agape. Can't believe that. That was a blocking call. She thought that she pushed off. It looked like maybe she might have had a case, but McDougal gets the inbound and gets it up and in.
Found a good basket off the inbound there. Yeah, those are so hard. They go both ways.
And the whistles continue. That one goes on Redling Schaefer.
I think that's one of the hardest things a referee has to do is make those kind of calls, because just one little move, if you're moving too much, or if you're not set, or if you maybe as the offensive player you push off a little, it can go either way, and it's an instantaneous call by the officials, so tough job.
Inbound quick shot, Jepson.
Yep.
Good job for her just to reset after that tough foul call and come back and knock down the shot. That's one thing what Morris has got to do. They've got to keep their heads right now.
Yes.
You're not going to get some of the calls. You just got to put your head down and say, hey, our season's on the line. We can't be worried about calls that are 10, 15 seconds in the past. Look on forward as G'day will go to the stripe.
We talked about earlier, tough duty for Morris to travel. We thought, more than an hour to get here, right? For sure.
A little bit, I think.
Yeah, so that's a long bus ride on a cold night. You're playing in a regional, but it's a home environment. And so they've got a tough job, but I've got to give them a lot of credit. For the most part, they've kept their chins up, they've fought hard, and they've played hard. They're just getting a little bit out-experienced, I think, by these Panthers.
And O'Brien comes away with it. We get a foul. Now, is that before or after the change of possession?
This is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting.
And it goes on O'Brien. So Morris gets the benefit of the call right there.
Boy, that's tough. That's tough. If she steals the ball, which I thought she did, I'm not sure she can be called for the foul. But I don't know. I'm looking at a different
angle. She might
angle.
have used the contact to get the ball in the first place.
Maybe. Yeah, I didn't see it that way, but again, I'm way up here and he's right there. So
it all happened so
tough
quick,
call.
too.
That's another one of those tough calls.
There have been plenty of whistles here in this third quarter as Tessa Shannon goes 2 for 2 from the line. She's got 4. Again, Morris is going to need someone to step up.
Trying
Landry
to
Callahan's
run a press here.
And another foul call there. More bodies hit the deck. That one's going to go on Washington. So more free throws for Morris. And, you know, with both teams in the bonus, that's how they can get back into this one.
At the free throw line, yeah. This little press here has given Washington a little bit of trouble.
So now McDougal picks up her 3rd. She's got 3. Redling Schaefer has 3. Donald is on the bench with 4. And Morris converts the first free throw there. That's the first point of the game for Cammie Pfeiffer, 5'6" sophomore guard that had 3 points and 3 assists back on Monday. Morris, this team came in, they lost 2 straight to Lockport and Canelan, but then won their last 3 heading into the playoffs. Got 26-5, nothing to sneeze at.
No, great season. And honestly, this is how you build your program. Win or lose, you're here at the regional championship. You get that experience. You know you've got a lot of kids coming back next year. You gotta take steps to get to where you want to be.
Wonderful ball movement. Tibbs to Spezio to G'day.
That's what I'm impressed with watching the Panthers for the first time is the way they move the ball in their fast break. That's when they're at their best. It's clear to see.
Callahan fights through a double team again.
Yeah,
she gets
tough.
fouled again.
She's so tough to stop.
And the fouls continue to pile up here for Washington. That one, I believe, going to go on G'day, and that is the case. So now she's got 3. Now 2:07 or 2:01 to go rather. There's still plenty of time to put some big Panthers in serious foul trouble before this fourth quarter. And if your players on the bench for Washington like Gabby Meischner or Olivia Osborne, Brooklyn Bowman, maybe you're looking at you might be getting some big minutes down the stretch if some of your teammates foul out.
It's been a physical game, that's for sure.
G'day will dial one up from deep. Spezio is there for the board. O'Brien. I think Washington again just needs to slow things down.
Nice
but what
pass.
do you know? Redling Schaefer finds G'day.
Nice
Beautiful
pass.
lay-in.
Good ball movement again by the Panthers.
G'day had 13 on Monday. She's 1 shy of that here now. Morris trying to go with a counter punch. Lily Hansen got it to fall. Morris keeping it within 15. They trail by 13 now. O'Brien driving in. Another foul there on Alyssa
She
Jepsen.
pushes the tempo, bro. O'Brien really pushes that tempo.
She has been very aggressive tonight. That's now 4 fouls on Alyssa Jepsen. So we may have someone foul out in this third quarter by the time it's all said and done. The pace of this game is grinded to a halt with all these fouls. And O'Brien misses the first. We have a first look at Brooke Thorson coming into the game for Jepsen. O'Brien second, nothing but net. O'Brien's got some college interest from Chicago State, Valparaiso, and Wright State, plus some Division II schools. A lot of players on this Panthers team can play at the next level, including Tibbs. I'm curious to see where she ends up going. Behind the back pass, Shannon can't quite connect. O'Brien stops, pops, and can't get it to fall. Hung up on the rim for what felt like ages. Danny G'day, another player that has also had interest from Chicago State. Drexel also looking at her too. And all these players just juniors for Washington. Morris tries to cut into the deficit. Swinging it around. Nice ball movement. Ends in the hands of Hansen.
Wow, great job by Morris that time. She is so good under the basket. Good job.
And that 6-foot junior forward now up to 6 points for Morris. They have been resilient in this one. Washington has extended the lead, but they have not run away, and that's what's been key.
Yeah, Washington really just trying to knock them out, and they just refuse to go all the way away.
Now it's Redling Schaefer, under 20 to play. Gaudet puts it on the deck. Now O'Brien saw an open lane, but the elevator doors closed, and now she traveled. Morris could get this back to a single-digit game before the third quarter buzzer.
That's not Washington's best look when they have to run that half court and they get kind of discombobulated. When they're out moving the ball and running, that's when they're at their best.
Callahan hits the deck,
wow.
but Hansen can't convert. And that is how the third quarter will end. A lot of fouls, a lot of bodies hitting the deck. Everyone wants this regional title. 8 more minutes to decide it here from Washington. Back after this, you're watching Clutch Sports Media's WMBD Game of the Week on CIProud.com.
Hi, I'm Jim Arnold with Wayne Dalton Sales and Service. Improve the curb appeal of your biggest investment, your home, with a new Wayne Dalton garage door. Or for repairs on your existing door, call us for service even on Saturdays. Wayne Dalton Sales and Service. It's in the name because it's what we do.
Peoria Academy is offering exciting camp experiences this summer for children ages 5 to 14. Our general camp includes weekly swimming and field trips. 2-week specialized camps focus on athletics, fine arts, and STEAM, featuring basketball, golf, lacrosse, volleyball, culinary arts, and theater, and so much more. Come explore with us at the camps of Peoria Academy. Register at peoriaacademy.org.
Not much longer until a regional plaque will be handed out. Will Washington bring home their 4th in a row, or will Morris keep on dancing like it's 2001? Glad you're with us after the break. This is where it all matters. This is where it all counts. Michael Lutz in his first season trying to bring Morris back from a 12-point deficit on the road against the #1 team in the state. The team that doesn't have any seniors. Been putting up a good fight. Tibbs got a pass in transition. Finds Spezio over to O'Brien. She drives in. Back out. Spezio open. Deep. 2. Got it.
She squared that up and just knocked it down.
Spezio just left wide open there. And, she's a bench player for Washington. Doesn't start too often, but she can really shoot the rock. O'Brien right in the grill of Jepson.
She's got a high motor. She just plays hard constantly.
Yeah, she has just been ferocious tonight. I think that's the word that best describes her. And she's matched up on Jepson now. Lakin Callahan back into the game, 4 fouls, and Becca McDougal just swipes it away, coasting in for the layup.
Just like that, just like that. They've opened this thing back up.
And Washington, they force player one direction. You see Spezio trying to force her right into the teeth of another Panthers defender that's usually waiting there for the swipe. Here's Landry Callahan. Almost was a big and one. That would have been a big momentum play. So Landry Callahan with 13 points on the night. Chance to increase it here. She averaged 22 per game at the Ottawa Holiday Tournament back around Christmas time. Converts there on her first. Definitely, I think, going to be a first-team all-conference selection for the 2nd straight year this year. Potentially, maybe an all-state selection. I think some players for Washington could be all-state selections too, including Avery Tibbs. It definitely helps too if your team can make a deep postseason run.
Yeah.
Not saying that your entire season hinges on being an all-state honor, but it is a nice feather in your cap too.
It definitely shows, your athletic ability that you can get that deep. It takes teamwork, but it does give you more opportunity to be seen too.
Most definitely. Tibbs is going to be a great get for whichever college program wants her. Ball deflected off of a Morris player, and we'll go back here to Washington. Again, they have no reason to hurry on offense. Ball on the deck again. Morris trying to get it away. That was Shannon.
A lot of contact, No call, just out of bounds.
And he'll stay with Washington. Morris, their players and head coach Michael Lux continue to be perplexed.
thought I was watching an old indoor football league game there for a minute.
Yeah.
We had a lot of contact there.
Break out the chalk and the goalposts. It's arena football here inside
Here we go.
Torry Gym. Here's Landry Callahan driving in, and she carried it there. Thought that whistle was going to be a foul.
That's a very unusual call, fourth quarter of a regional
Yeah,
championship.
thought it was going to be a reach in there. Morris
There we go. See, Washington, if they continue to move the ball, sometimes they get stuck and they hold too long. But when they move it and find the open, here we go. See, they're moving it. I like it.
And credit Morris. They're being active on defense. A lot of double teams. And McDougal dribbles out of it. Under 6 to go. Kick out. Tibbs for the 3. Oh, that might have been the kill shot there. She would have got it to fall. Gaudet comes back with it, and Hansen fouls her.
Tough work underneath there by Gaudet, and she paid for it, but that was great work by her to get that rebound.
Washington has just been a team tonight that just doesn't give up on any play at all. Even if Morris gets the board, they're always trying to take it away. Might just get a deflection or a swipe, get it back. It's resulted in multiple extra possessions for them tonight.
Yeah, they're pesky on defense, and they do have active hands. They create turnovers. They just can't see here. Here's what they get stuck sometimes. They hold the ball and they're not sure. They got to keep that ball moving. That's when they're at their best.
Yeah, miscommunication there between Gaudet and Tibbs. So
they've got a comfortable lead here, but I know Coach wants them to. They're going to have to play better down the road.
Most
if they're
definitely
going to continue this run. They can't get stuck in the mud like that. They've got to keep that ball moving.
Morris down 14, and we get a foul here. McDougal wanted a word of explanation from the referee. Adrian Donald will come back in for Washington. Check in for McDougal, who's now got 4 fouls, but 11 points. She's had a major effect.
Nice game, so far. And I like it because those fouls mean she's been active.
Oh, high off the glass. That one just dropped in there for Hansen, who's coming alive here in the second half. Lead is 12. O'Brien, though, responds with a 3. 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
Nice
for
looking
Morris.
shot there. Really nice. Yeah, really good looking shot. Morris just trying. They've taken body blow after body blow here, and they're trying to hang in. But like you said, Washington just comes right back and throws a dagger in there.
Neither team had hit a 3 in a while, and I was about to say, Morris really good benefit from a couple big 3 balls now.
Yeah, absolutely.
They haven't really made many. They haven't really shot many overall tonight. They're a team that really thrives in the post, but have not seen a ton.
Washington's active hands and aggressive defense has slowed that down a little bit, the post.
Donald just fouled out for the Panthers. Mid-range shot from Jepson was no good.
More bodies on the floor.
Another
It's been a very
jump
physical ball game.
Gives it back to the Panthers with 4:53 to go.
We're going to have some bruised knees after this one.
Yeah, most definitely. These girls are going to
elbows, knees, yeah.
They want to take a trip in the cold tub or
absolutely. Been very physical.
Visit maybe the massage therapist before Tuesday's game, whoever ends up winning here tonight. Panthers called timeout. Kim Barth will want to talk things over. In her 9th season, one of the best coaches around Central Illinois. She is at 197 wins in her career. So tonight could be 198. If they win a sectional title, again, I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. You got to, do the work. If they win here tonight, got to do the work on Tuesday, got to do the work next Thursday. But if they obviously win that sectional title, it would be her first sectional title here at Washington, and also would be her 200th career win. So that would be a
special games.
Storybook win if
really
Washington would be able to get that far. Again, a winner of this game goes to the Ottawa sectional, where they will meet, we know for sure Galesburg already won tonight, and then either the winner of Kankakee and Ottawa plus the winner of Morton and Lincoln.
Be a tough sectional.
Yeah, the 3A sectional, the Central Illinois one, I like to call it, just because obviously it changes host every year, but it is the toughest road to state every
year.
Single year. Because of teams like Washington, you got Morton, who again is just dominant in Class 3A for so long. You got teams like Galesburg, they're powerhouse, strong tradition there. And then, you got teams too, like, Dixon, Sterling, Morris, those teams up around the Illinois River Valley or so. There's always a couple good programs up there. Dixon looking to get back into the sectionals here tonight, too.
Good defense by Morris there.
Yeah, they tipped away that pass. And that one goes off of Tibbs back to Morris.
And again, that just shows what we talked about. Morris not going away. They're gonna play this entire game and give it their best shot. That was great defense. Some teams at this point with this lead would have kind of maybe given up.
Most definitely, as we get a foul there on Morris. Now go on Hanson. That's her 5th. So Hanson fouls out. Donald is fouled out for Washington, and we might have some more players foul out by the end of this one. And this is where, if you're Morris, Landry Callahan has got to start taking over this game. She's had a very nice game so far, but it's been a bit quiet over the past few minutes.
Yes, and it's kind of what's happened is it's just very hard to do it all by yourself, and she hasn't had a lot of help.
Yeah, her sister Lakin has been hampered by fouls. Yeah, it's 4 of them tonight to go with 3 points. She takes a tumble. Gade goes in through contact. Wow. Count it. That might be the dagger.
Well, the English on the ball when she let go of it was just a perfect touch. It just spun the correct way and went in off the glass. Great job.
You know, so many players can be the number 1, the number 2 option for the Panthers, but if these 2 regional games have showed anything, it's that Tibbs is the ringleader and Gade is the Robin to Tibbs' Batman. 15 on Monday, or rather 13 on Monday, now 15 here tonight.
And it's all been, tough work. It's been really gritty work, so she does all that tough work.
Her and McDougal, too. McDougal does a lot of things that maybe not see in the final scoring column, but a lot of rebounds, turnovers, steals. Nice feed down low, and they find Callahan right on to cue. 16-point game. This one, again, not over yet, but Morris would need a gargantuan comeback here. We need to start forcing some turnovers.
Yeah, Washington now brings the ball out, spreads it out. Pretty smart there by the Panthers. Let the clock be your friend. There's no reason to hurry or rush. Make Morris chase. Maybe you'll find an easy layup here.
It's sometimes just kind of rock you to sleep and find someone down low.
Yep.
Now it's McDougal with it. She dribbles out of a double team. Cross court, Tibbs in front of the student section. No.
When she let that go, my first thought was, well, I guess that's for them. It's kind of like a layup because she's really good at shooting those threes.
And I thought that one went off of McDougal, but it will stay with Washington.
Yeah.
So more opportunity now for them to bleed some clock.
Oh, threw it away.
And they threw it away. So Morris does get the ball after all. Here's Callahan pushing the pace, driving right into Gade.
Got to make that layup. And
I don't think she was expecting to not have
foul.
any contact as we get a kicked ball there. I think she was anticipating it, and that's what caused her to miss that one.
Yeah, she absolutely anticipated contact, and instead of focusing on making the layup, and Washington really smart. No reason to foul there. Let her, you're up by quite a bit. A layup there is not going to hurt you. So.
Timeout called by Michael Lutz and Morris. They'll talk it over with 2:42 to go. You're down 16. Again, 3-pointers, you're going to need some coming down the stretch, maybe some and ones. Landry Callahan is at 17 here tonight. And again, I want to take a quick reminder, just in case you maybe didn't hear earlier, maybe you're just tuning in, let you know about CSM Overtime. Your sports, your teams, your stories, all in one place. So much at clutchsportsil.com/overtime. You can subscribe today on our website, clutchsportsil.com. On our front page, you'll see some of the recent stories that we've published. Lots coming this week from our strong crew of writers, including our own Mark Wagner, who's sitting here, our producer tonight, doing a fantastic job. Nicholas Giuseppe, I want to thank them and all the rest of our hardworking CSM crew. The playoff season gets to be a grind a little bit. You're coming out doing games almost every night. We were here last night. We were here on Monday. We were in Metamora on Tuesday, and we're going to be busy again next week. So stay tuned to our social media channels, Clutch Sports Media on Facebook and Instagram, Clutch Sports IL on Twitter to find out where we're going to be going next week. We'll be coming out with that soon. Off of the foot of Callahan, and just another tough one to swallow for Morris. There's just been a lot of things that have happened for the visitors tonight that have just been just tough to swallow. Yeah,
just real frustrating. Yeah, I mean, they've done their best. I really believe Coach had them ready to go. Just a tough task. I mean, you're taking on the #1 team right now in 3A, and Washington, even though I don't think they played their best game, have played a good game. And Morris has had their hands full.
I think it started in that first quarter. You know, they traveled a lot early on. They've significantly, if not completely, eliminated all those traveling turnovers
nice
they had.
Pass.
O'Brien just runs away from the pressure.
There we go.
And finishes it off.
I like that too. She missed her own shot, but then never gave up and got her own rebound basket. So great job there.
O'Brien has been gritty tonight. All of the Panthers have been gritty tonight. They want another regional title. Would be all their starters, all their third regional title. And for the seniors, Gabby Meichner and Brooklyn Bowman means they would go 4 for 4.
Nice move.
And Callahan got fouled by G'day. That is 4 on her.
Well, you can just see again how Callahan has set these records and done the things she's done because she's really talented.
Yeah, she also plays volleyball too, I hear, for Morris. And I mean, hey, at 6'2", that'll take you far.
I bet she's outstanding there too.
Most definitely. She's got 18 tonight. Again, matches her total from Monday. And this to exceed it.
Oh.
And it rims out.
Good rebound.
Put up and in, so there's something there for Morris. Now cut it down to 15. That was her sister, Lakin Callahan.
Yeah, great rebound.
You know, I think, you know, if Lakin could have been able to kind of match her offensive output from Monday, had 18 that game, she got 5 here tonight.
She's been held in check, yeah.
You had 13 more to Morris's lead, and it's a 2-point game.
Yeah, wouldn't that be something, yeah.
But again, she got in foul trouble, makes the free throw there, and wasn't able to make as much of an impact as she wanted to. Morris still pressing, and O'Brien retreating, and that's a good call there from Kim Barth. O'Brien was in some trouble. So with 14 points to make up, Ron, again, I still am not going to say this one's over because, and I mentioned this on our broadcast last night, on Tuesday, after I got back home, I heard that there was a good boys game going on between Pekin and East Peoria. I tuned in, watched it on demand, and Pekin led that game by 12 points with 1:53 to go.
Wow.
Came back and forced overtime and ended up winning that game.
Amazing.
So, again, there is a path for Morris. It's got to start, though, with forcing turnovers. You got to take away passing lanes.
Quick baskets, yeah.
Force Washington, maybe airmail a pass, maybe force them to turn it over. And if you're the Panthers, you just can't do anything silly. You know, if you need to call a timeout, you got 2 left. If you need to maybe throw it off of a defender, so be it.
Here's where I'm going to defer. I'm going to defer to Washington's experience here, and I just don't think they'll create that for Morris. We'll see what happens, but I'm sure with that full timeout that Coach Barth took, they've got something drawn up, and they're going to be, even though the pressure will be here, they'll be ready for it.
2 options. They inbound it to O'Brien. Now over to Tibbs. Cross court, back to Tibbs. They get it across the timeline over to Spezio. Beautiful pass. O'Brien, though.
The but they got the layup, and that's what counted.
And
they
Morris,
drew up a beautiful play there.
That was a good look, but O'Brien rather couldn't quite convert. Tough pass into the hands now of Landry Callahan. She's got to create something. Finds her sister Lakin for 3, rims out.
Just didn't go in.
Offensive board for Shannon. She puts one up.
No.
Trying to draw a foul there, and they didn't get the call. Now up to Spezio, and Washington could just pass it around.
Pull it back out. Good job by Coach Barth there. Clapping her hands saying, pull it back out, girls. That was very smart.
And the Panther fans will come to their feet. And that will all but do it. Washington hangs on despite a tough charge from Morris.
Yeah, a lot of credit.
Hats off to the
Coach
Morris.
Larkin, yeah. Good job, Coach Larkin, and had his girls ready to play. They'll be back next year somewhere, and great effort. Washington showed their experience. They are the champions.
And Morris, again, persevered through lots of foul trouble. They're still trying to poke it out there, and they came away with a turnover. Lakin Callahan lays it in. Morris doesn't, or Washington doesn't like that, but I mean, hey, played at the final buzzer. Why not? I just don't know why they wouldn't do that earlier while they were passing around.
Boy, something happened, too, to the Callahan girl, I see her coming off limping and she's crying. I didn't see it because I was watching the layup, but it was away from the ball. Something happened. I didn't see it.
Controversy at the end of this one. That's not what you want to see. We were all about ready to wrap things up, and now...
Yeah, just 15 seconds left, and we've got some drama here.
And now the student section is going to start chirping. Now
no reason.
It's going to be...
no reason.
Might be some hard feelings. Hopefully not on the bus ride home.
Yeah,
and Callahan getting some medical...
Something happened away from the ball. I didn't see it.
She's getting some assistance and heading to the trainer's room there. I think the boos may have been coming from Morris's fans that say, hey, why are you injuring our star player when there's 15 seconds left in the game? I don't think, obviously, nothing was intentional.
I didn't even see it. No, I was watching the layup.
I didn't see it either. I had to go back and look.
It could have just been something where she twisted her ankle trying to run down the floor. It looks like an ankle injury just from the way she's limping, but I don't know. Unfortunate anyway, right? No reason.
So take 2 on the curtain call. Washington will just hold it out, and they will be regional champions after this foul call.
Well, I don't know.
And the more boos come out. And that will send Tibbs to the line, so that'll do nothing but increase her...
Yeah, that's tough.
It'll increase her point total. She's got 17.
I just don't understand the foul there. There's no strategy for that.
Yeah, Tibbs knocks down number 1. You're trying to get maybe the steal.
Yeah, again, you have to learn how to win and you have to learn how to lose too. So.
And Tibbs knocks it down. 19 points is going to be her final tally tonight. Morris inbounds it. Clock will run out. 3 is put up and missed by Ava Peterson. And Washington is your Class 3A regional champions here on their home court. They move to 32-1, and they will keep on dancing into America's original March Madness. What a game from the Panthers tonight, who, again, never trailed, led wire to wire.
Yeah, to win like they did, and again, just my first time watching, but I don't think they had their best game. They didn't shoot as well as maybe they usually do. But look at the win. It's an impressive 14-point victory against a very tough team who's had a really nice season. So that just shows you once again how deep and how good Washington is.
Yeah, it's not always about winning pretty
right.
in the postseason. That's all that matters.
Just win.
You win by 1 point, maybe a free throw with 0.1 seconds to go.
Win. Yeah.
That's good enough for you to
win in advance, right? You don't want to just keep winning and keep dancing.
Exactly. And for the 4th time in 4 years, Gabby Meischner and Brooklyn Bowman will bring home a regional title for the rest of their Panthers. They will play in the Ottawa sectional next week. What a season, magical season here for the Panthers. We just had the feeling that this could be a big year for them after they, beat P&D in their season debut, reigning state champions, and they again have only lost 1 game by 1 point this season, and they are
incredible.
Now the downside is they got to carry a target on their back, and that's got to be the big thing. They're going to get everyone's best game, but they've also been getting everyone's best game all season long. They're every team's Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's right. And Morris gave it their best game. I mean, they played hard and didn't go away. And Washington's just that deep and really that good. Now, they play their best when they use their team and they move the ball. And, boy, when they do that, they're hard to beat.
So they will bring out the ladder and have the nets will be cut down by a member of Washington's maintenance team. The players won't be able to go up there and cut down their own piece, probably for liability reasons, but a great night for the Panthers here at their home gym.
And actually, it's good they're cutting their own net down because they have to start rehabbing this gym is what I hear, right?
Yeah.
So that's the beginning right there.
Well,
that's the beginning.
They're going to have to put it back up for boys sectionals here in about a week and a half.
My fault. I forgot. I thought they were getting ready to prep this place. So.
That's right. But, again, those will be coming soon. But what a win here for Washington. Let's revisit our keys to the game here, Ron. Again, we talked about these before the broadcast. For Morris, it was finding the number 3 scoring option and keeping the pace early.
Yeah.
They had Callahan had 18, Lakin had Callahan had 8, Lily Hansen had 8. So they didn't really have anyone else in double figures, though, besides their star.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think we got as much out of the sister of Callahan, Lakin, that is. I think we expected her to be more in double digits.
And the foul trouble obviously didn't help.
That hurt her, yeah. So really, when we say, third option, they didn't really even have a 2 option, really. It was just kind of the Landry, Callahan, and then whoever else throwing in a few here and there, but not enough. Not enough.
Again, but still a good game for Callahan. And by the way, we just saw off to our left here, Landry Callahan, a great sign, was able to walk out of the trainer's room on her own power. She seems to be okay, so
good to see.
Great news for her, and boy, what a baller she is.
Oh, she was impressive.
What a career she is going to have.
Super fun to watch her, and that's the beauty of regional play and sectional plays. You get to see these other great players from all over the state.
She's now at 1,592 career points after tonight, all-time leading scorer at Morris. And she's still got one more year. And the nice thing about Morris is we don't have to say hats off to anyone for a well-played career because everyone on that team is coming back. So I'm sure we'll see Morris again. Maybe we'll see him next year as well.
Yep.
Washington, though, talk about their keys again. They deny the post. They did a solid job matching Morris in the post here tonight, and they definitely scored in transition. Tibbs, O'Brien, McDougal, everyone did it for them tonight. Tibbs led them with 19, Danny Gaudet with 15, Becca McDougal 11, and Mazzy O'Brien with 8. Spezio has 4, Redling Schaefer 1. Your final tally for the Panthers. So, Ron, what a fantastic game. Been so fun having you along. Any final thoughts here from tonight?
Thank you for having me. I enjoy this, and it's great working with you. And you guys do such a great job promoting the high school sports in the area. I just can't say enough about Clutch Sports and what they do. It's awesome to have you guys in the area and covering sports. So thank you for having me, and keep doing what you're doing.
It feels like March, but this is only February, as college hoops analyst John Rothstein would say. Plenty more basketball in store coming your way next week on Clutch Sports Media and WMBD. Again, stay tuned to where we'll be going. Boys games, girls games, going to be lots of places we could possibly go, and we'll be following these teams, whether we can broadcast them or not, still on Clutch Sports Media Overtime. You can subscribe today, clutchsportsil.com/overtime here today. Right on cue. Right before we head off air, I got a final from Peoria High. Morton beats Lincoln 48-40.
Good ball game.
So the Potters will be headed on to play in the Ottawa sectional as well. Haven't found a score yet for Kankakee, Ottawa, but we'll find one sooner or later. That will about do it here from Torry Gymnasium. Again, your final score, Washington 58, Morris 44. And it's a Wendy's special for Washington. They go 4 for 4 in regional titles.
Wow.
That will about do it for all of our Clutch Sports Media crew. Nicholas Yosefi, Mark Wagner, and Ron Dwyer. I'm Jonathan Michaels saying so long and good night. Washington will face Galesburg next week on Tuesday in Ottawa.
Nice.